What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with another haul video. This time, a major grail. A big ghost book. For those people who know, you know, or will know. Anyway, when I show you what it was, you want to see what it is? Stay tuned for the video. Now, before we get into all of this comic book goodness, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that when videos like this one drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later, as long as you watch it. We appreciate you. Talking about people we appreciate, how about the list of channel members, people that are supporting this channel through their monthly membership or ships. And if you are interested in joining that elite group, then the Linktree link is in the description below. And of course, there are benefits to membership, not the least of which are monthly giveaways. So you want to check that out, find out how you can get in to win. It's also always a good time to save some money. How about with bcwsupplies.com? Use the coupon code at checkout to save of SCG and save yourself 10% on your order. Now, mycomicbookshop.com or mycomicshop.com is a good place to go if you have some random issues that you need filled. If you don't have a local comic shop, they also do new comic books. If you have never done an account with mycomicshop.com, there's a link in the video description below. If you use that link and set up an account and buy anything, it won't cost you anything, but it will help the channel because it is an affiliate link, in full disclosure. So I use mycomicshop.com to fill in those hard to fill runs when I get right down and needing one or two. And I say, hey, I just want to go ahead and say I'm done. I can usually get them on there. Even when they are not currently available, I can add it to my want list. And what happens is whenever they get one in, it automatically notifies me that one is available. Now, as most of you know that are familiar with the channel, I am a Valiant collector. Not as much the newer stuff, but certainly all the older stuff. And Valiant back in the day had a Valiant Validated Signature Series, VVSS. And depending on the earlier renditions of it or the latter renditions of it, they had varying print runs on these. Most of them had a Valiant seal, like an embossed stamp on there, and it came with the COA, again depending on the run or how early or how late they did them. After Dinesh restarted Valiant, they did one during that time, but everything else was prior to that, and some of them are very hard to get. Some are very easy. You can get them all day on eBay, like the Magnus the Robot Fighter one, or some of those are fairly easy to get. Some are a little bit harder, kind of like the Geomancer #1, the Time Walker #1. Those are two hard to get ones. And then there is the hardest to get one, and that was the only one I needed until now. That is, and if you're familiar with, you already knew what it was when I said that, Eternal Warrior #27. Valiant Validated Signature Series. I so ecstatic about getting this. So you kind of see that embossed emblem right there, and you of course see the signatures. This is what most of the COAs look like with them. This one, there was only 1,000. So thinking about 1,000, especially back then, was not a very large print run at all. So you think about how many got damaged in shipping, how many got thrown away when some kid went to college, right? Or just got tossed away or damaged at some point during the collecting. So how many of these out here exist? It's not necessarily that there's a lot of sales data on them that you could say, well, hey, this book is really worth this much. It's just the fact that you don't ever see it. When you see it, people snipe them out and get it off. So when it showed, I got an email. I just happened to be checking my email at a work meeting, but nevertheless, I happened to be checking my work email, and I couldn't get on there quick enough to get to my computer to see how quick, see if this was indeed, because it says it. But the Eternal Warrior 27, that's not a Valiant Validated Signature book. is like a dollar bin book, 25-cent bin book. It's nothing. But this one is a rarity. And when I picked it up, it was an 8.0, which mycomicshop.com is pretty stiff on their grade. So it's probably an 8.5 or so, which is more than fine for me, presents well. And it still had the COA, which was really good. $22. I was like, $22 for this ghost book? I could not believe it. Could not get to it fast enough. And typically when I order from mycomicshop.com, I get a lot of books, that, to make the shipping worth it, because they package fantastically. Only ever had one problem with them, which they accidentally sent me the wrong book, and they quickly credited my account. So it was no big deal. But usually I'll build up a box with them, because you get a really thick box and you're only paying like $9 for like armor tight shipping. So it's really good. But on this one, I didn't care. Just give it this. I'm going to take the risk of putting it in the cart and somebody else snipe it out from under me before I can finalize the order. So I went ahead and closed the order right then, and then got back to work. But was able to snag this one right here. So super dope. Now the circle is complete. It was only either earlier this year or last year, into last year, that I got the Geomancer #1, which again is one of the harder ones to get to. And a guy who I had bought some books from on eBay contacts me and says, "Hey, I know you're looking for these." And it wasn't even his auction, but he just knew I was a fan. And I had bought some Valiant newsstand editions, which are kind of hard to get. Especially in good grade. And he had some for sale, and I bought some from him, and he knew from our going back and forth that I was interested. He had messaged me, and that's how I got the Geomancer one. But mycomicshop.com, again, if you have never used them and you click the affiliate link below, that will help the channel out and not cost you a thing in doing so. Do want to again shout out those people that are supporters of the channel. So most of these people are creators of their own, whether on YouTube and or Instagram. And if you see a name that you don't recognize, take the time to write that name down and go check them out. Give them a sub up, give them a follow, and all that kind of good stuff. And until next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.